Renunciation or Vairagya. The classical definition was given by Yogi Patanjali 200 years BC. Drushta Anushravika Vishaya Vitrushnyasya Vashikaram Sangnya Vairagyam. What it means is giving up the craving of the mind for seen and heard objects. Everyone has a desire, and this desire is based upon what we have seen or experienced in the past. We want to repeat. We have seen other people do that. We want to do that also. And heard, we hear sometimes, if you do this, you get the merits, you go to heaven. All this desire and craving, if you remove, you become quiet, satisfied and content. This is called Vairagya. But because of three forces of nature, it is very hard to get total renunciation. So Patanjali says, Satu param društva guna vaitrushnyam, means after one experiences the self, higher self, in deep samadhi, one experiences the real reality, then attachment to the world drops away. In normal sense, what is renunciation is? Non-attachment. Attachment comes from strong likes and strong dislikes. If you like something which is with intense energy, then we hate its absence. So attraction and repulsion drains our energy. So renunciation or non-attachment is to be free from strong likes and dislikes. So what you do is, instead of very much stuck on having something, have preferences. If you plan the picnic in a sunny outdoor atmosphere, it rains and you have friends. Instead of being upset, you hold the picnic indoor and modify it. So non-attachment gives the freedom. How does attachment build? Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Dhyayato visayan punsa sangastesu pajayate sangat sanjayate kamaha kamat krodho vijayate krodhat bhavati sammoha sammohat smruti vibraha smruti pranshat buddhinasho buddhinashat pranashati. The entire chain reaction is explained in second chapter of Gita. Dhyayato visayan punsa. By thinking of something, we have desire for it. Then we have craving for it. We run after it. Then eventually all the desires cannot be fulfilled. When desires are not fulfilled, we become angry. When we become angry, we lose consciousness. We become infatuated. We make wrong judgment. And by making wrong judgment, we go in the wrong direction, go south instead of north. It destroys our life. So the root cause is desire. Lord Buddha calls it tanaha, craving of the mind. Because any craving of the mind creates chain reaction. And whatever we do, everything follows. And chain reaction, from cause to effect, and from effect more cause and effect, that starts transmigration. So we go through more and more lives to fulfill those desires, and desires are never fulfilled. So until we remove all the desires and its roots, which are in a chitta or unconscious mind, as sanskaras, when we remove sanskaras, we become free. So the purpose of life is to find lasting bliss. It comes from renunciation. Two approaches. Abhyasa and Vairagya. Abhyasa means constant practice. One has to have constant practice to remember higher self. Vairagya means freedom from likes and dislikes. Attachment to results are given up. So with Abhyasa and Vairagya, constant practice and renunciation, we get lasting peace. Attachment builds with association. We do something constantly, we become attached. For example, a mother is separated from her real child and doesn't know, and she takes care of someone else's child. She will build up attachment for the child she is taking care of, and doesn't build up attachment because she doesn't know her own child. Attachment builds to material things. We get used to comforts of sleeping, comforts of eating. We get attached to the habits. We get attached to our body, its looks. We get attached to our mind. We get attached to our ideology. We get attached to our emotions. There are various kinds of attachment. We get attached to ours, our religion, our nation, our race, our culture. We get attached to people, things, and like that. We get attached to all of them. The hardest attachment to remove is emotional attachment. So one should not try to remove emotional attachment in the beginning. Because if you try to practice emotional non-attachment, you will become indifferent. You would lose the joy of life. So love with attachment, it is all right. But love more and reduce attachment. So if you reduce attachment, love will flourish much better and you have peace of mind. So non-attachment needs to be cultivated gradually. You cannot do it suddenly. Many people renounce the world, they become escapist, because you cannot renounce the world. You have to live in the world and cultivate renunciation. So when time is ripe, renunciation occurs naturally. When fruit ripens, it falls off automatically. So we should not practice premature renunciation, but cultivate renunciation in simple things in life. Jai Bhagwan.